Hello everyone, my name is Ankit Verma and today we are learning the example of deterministic finite automata, which is DFA. So here, construct DFA of language with all strings starting with A and ending with B over sigma equal to A comma B. Here important thing is the string which start with A. So in the starting of string we should be having A and ending with B. So at the end of string we should be having B. So string which start with A and end with B. So for all those string we have to construct the DFA. Here we have given with sigma equal to, in the set it is A comma B. Here A and B are symbols and sigma is alphabet. So alphabet is the set of symbols. The meaning is that these are the symbols which are given to us from which we are going to generate the string which start with A and end with B. Now we are going to generate the language. So here we are taking L. This L signify language. And the language contain strings which start with A and end with B. So here this is equal to, we are creating the set of those string which start with A and end with B. So here the minimum string is AB. Here in the start we have A, at the end we have B. Again we have AAB. So here start with A, end with B. Then A 2 times B. Again in the start A, in the end B. So then A B A B or A A B B or A B A B B. So there are various strings which are possible. There are infinite in number. Now for this language we are going to construct the DFA. To construct the DFA from the language we should pick the minimum length string, and here we can see that AB is of the minimum length. DFA always start with the initial state. So here we are representing the initial state which is represented by the circle and the incoming arrow. I am giving the name of initial state as Q0. So here from the language we have taken the minimum length string which is AB. So for that AB we are designing this DFA. So we are on initial state which is Q0. And here suppose that the A comes, then we has to change the state. So from Q0, when A comes, we are going to the another state. And here we are representing the another state as the circle. I am giving the name of this state as Q1. Now afterward we can see that there is another symbol which is B. So we are on state Q1 and B is coming. So for this B we have to change the state. So from Q1 for the B we are going to the another state. Here we can see that this AB is part of language which is starting with A and ending with B. So this string should be accepted. So here we should be having the final state, and final state is represented by the double circle. Let us suppose the name given to this state is Q2. Now for this string AB, so first symbol A, from Q0 we are going to Q1, then for B from Q1 we are going to Q2, and this is final state. So this string is accepted by the DFA. Till here the skeleton of DFA is designed. Now we are going to check that is this DFA complete. The DFA will be complete when all the states of DFA are addressing the input symbols which is A and B. So at Q0 we have the move for A but not for B. So on Q1 we have the move for B but not for A. And at Q2 we don't have the move for A and B. So we has to move further to complete this DFA. So now whenever we are on the initial state, and B will come. So what will happen? To understand that, I am taking the example of few strings. So here we may have the BA or BB or BAB. So any of the string which is starting with B, that we are not going to accept, because these strings are not the part of language, and the languages start with A and with B. So starting with A is required. But here we can see that no one is starting with A. So starting with B means they should be rejected. So when we are on Q2 and if B is coming, then we are going to reject it. That means we are going to change the state, and that state will be the trap state, or also called the dead state. So for this dead state, there is a self loop for further A and B. That means once we get this B, afterward if any A or B is coming, we are on the dead state. That means they will be discarded. Here I am giving the name of this state is Q3. So here if B is coming, then from Q0 for B we are going to Q3, and if A is coming, we are again moving back to this Q3. So after scanning this complete string, we are on the state which is not the final state. So this string is discarded. In the similar way, if B is coming, we are moving from Q0 to Q3. Then for next B, we are again moving to Q3. This is also discarded. And for the next string, if B is coming from Q0 to Q3, then for A, self loop going back to Q3. And for next B, self loop going back to Q3. This is not the final state, so this is also discarded. Means by putting this dead state, if B is coming in initially, then all other string will be discarded. So here on Q0 we are having the move for A and B. Now we are going to the Q1. At Q1, what will happen if A is coming? There is one possibility that if we are on Q1 and if A is coming, we are putting the A here. To check this, I am taking the example of one string which is, let's say, AA. This string is not the part of language because languages start with A and end with B. So here it is starting with A but not ending with B. So this should be rejected. Let's try this string. So for first A, Q0 to Q1, then for next A, there is a move. So for Q1 to Q2. So we are on final state. So this string will be accepted, which is wrong. So by putting this A, we are going to accept this, which is wrong. So we should try some other thing. There is one more possibility that we are on Q1 and if A is coming, so from Q0 we can go to Q3. To check this, let us try the string which is AAB on this DFA. We know that this AAB is the part of language because it is starting with A and ending with B. So let's try. When the first A is coming, from Q0 we are going to Q1. Then for next A, from Q1 we are going to Q3. And for the B, from Q3 we are going back to Q3. So after scanning this complete string, we are on the Q3, which is not a final state. So this string will be rejected. So this is wrong because this string is the part of language and DFA is rejecting it. So we should try some other option. There is one more possibility that we are on Q1 and if A is coming, then from Q1 we are going back to the Q0. Now to check this, we are taking the string again which is AAB. So when the A is coming, so from Q0 we are going to Q1. Then for the next A, from Q1 we are going back to Q0. And for B, we are going to Q3. So here we can see that this string is not accepted by this DFA. But this is wrong because this string is part of the language, because it is starting with A and ending with B. It should be accepted. So this DFA move is wrong. We should try some other thing. There is one more possibility that we are on Q1 and A is coming. So from Q1 we are having the self loop, means we are coming back to the Q1. So let's try the first string, which is AA. So when the first A is coming, so from Q0 for A we are going to Q1. Then for second A we are again having the self loop going back to the Q1. So this string is onto a stage which is not the final state. That means this string is not accepted by the DFA. And this string is not the part of language. So that means this decision is right. We are taking the another string which is AAB. So for the first A, from Q0 for A, it is going to Q1. Then for second A, so from Q1 for A, it is going back to Q1. Then for B, it is going to the Q2, and this is the final state. This decision is right because this string is part of the language, starting with A and ending with B. So for this string, this DFA is giving the correct decision. Now for Q2, we are going to create the transition for A and B. For that, I am taking the string which is ABB. So when the first A is coming, from Q0 for A we are going to Q1. Then for B, from Q1 we are going to Q2. Now when the next B is coming, so we are on Q2 and then B is coming. So here we has to apply the logic, the string starting with A. So initially we have given the A and ending with B. That means if any number of time the B is coming at the end, we are keep on accepting those string. So here at the end we are providing the self loop, because when B is coming at the end, any number of time we are keep on accepting. Just like here 2 times B, we are keep on accepting. It may be 3 times, 4 times, doesn't matter, because at the end if B is coming, then this string will be accepted. So here for first A, Q0 to Q1, then B, Q1 to Q2, then one more B, Q2, again back to Q2, this is the final state, then this string is accepted by the DFA. Now on Q2, we have to give the transition for A. One possibility is that we are going to provide the A here. To check this, I am taking the example of a string. Let's say the string is ABA. So for the first A, from Q0 to Q1 we are going, then for B from Q1 to Q2 we are going, then for A we are going from Q2 back to Q2. This string is accepted by the DFA, but this is wrong because this string is not the part of language. The string start with A but it is not ending with B. That means this string is not the part of language, and if a DFA is accepting it, so DFA is not right. That means this move is not correct. We should try some other thing. There is one more possibility that we are on Q2 and if A is coming, so from Q2 we can go to the dead state which is Q3. Is this move right? Let's check. For that I am taking the example of the string which is ABAB. We know that this string is the part of language because starting with A and ending with B. So I am trying this string on this DFA. So for the A, from Q0 we are going to Q1. Then for B, from Q1 we are going to Q2. Then for A, from Q2 we are going to Q3. And for B, from Q3 we are again going back to the Q3. So after processing this string, here we are on Q3, this is not a final state. That means this string is rejected by the DFA. And this decision is not right because this string is part of language and it should be accepted. So here we should try some other thing. There is one more possibility that we are on Q2 and if A is coming, then from Q2 we are going back to the Q1. Now let's try, is this move right? So for that I am taking the example of the string which is AB. So for the first A, we start with the initial state Q0, then for A going to Q1, then for B, from Q1 for B we are going to Q2, then for A, from Q2 for A we are going to Q1, then for B, from Q1 for B we are going to Q2, and this is the final state. So after completing the string, we are on final state. That means this string is accepted by the DFA. So this is the right place for A. Now let's check. Is the DFA complete? Means all state are having the moves for A and B. So for Q0, we have the move for A and B. For Q3, we have the move for A and B. In Q1, we have the move for A and B. And for Q2, we are having the move for A and B. That means this DFA is complete. So let's check few more string on this DFA, just like ABA. So for the first A, Q0 to Q1, then for B, Q1 to Q2, then for A, Q2 to Q1. This is not the final state. So after processing the complete string, we are not on the final state. That means this is rejected by the DFA. So this is correct because this string is not the part of language starting with A but not ending with B. So it is rejected. If I take some other string just like AABB, so for the first A, from Q0 we are going to Q1, then for second A, from Q1 we are going back to Q1, then for B, from Q1 we are going to Q2, then for next B, we are going from Q2 again back to Q2. This is the final state. So after processing the complete string, this is accepted by the DFA. So here we have designed the DFA for the language where strings start with A and end with B. So that's all for today. Thank you.